According to the Food and Drugs Authority, most small and medium-scale enterprises who present their product labels for registration and certification are mostly disqualified because they do not meet the right requirements. The situation, according to players in the SME sector, has discouraged most local manufacturers from registering and certifying their products with the Food and Drugs Authority and the Ghana Standards Authority. The effect of this is the lack of access to markets and the inability of these products to compete on global stage, since labeling and certification plays a major role in the marketing of products. Speaking to Citi Business News on the sidelines of a training workshop on labeling and standards compliance organized by the Global Share Alliance, the Northern Regional Director for FDA, Martin Kusi, mentioned that defective labeling has been a key factor for the disqualification of some products.
Normally, what we have seen is that most of the manufacturers or the importers don't come to our office, to inquire about the requirements that are in place. So, for instance, the local manufacturers, they produce and then they come to our offices with labels that are defective. For instance, some of the labels are not having batch numbers, manufacturing dates, location, address of the manufacturer. In that case, it will be difficult for the FDA to go ahead and then certify and then approve the product to be put on the market. So these are some of the petty things that they get wrong.
However, according to some local manufacturers, the process involved in registering and certification is cumbersome, thereby discouraging many from certifying their products. But a chief scientific officer with the Ghana Standard Authority, Charles Kranchi, debunked the notion.
Now, sometimes people really don't do their homework well, and they feel that once I apply it, tomorrow I come for it. But it is a whole process. You apply, there's review of application to make sure that whatever information you've submitted is adequate. And also, your label. We need to also vet the label to make sure that you are not providing any misleading claims. The information you've provided is accurate. And even sometimes, a little thing like net content. Somebody would say it's 200 grams. You weigh it's about 100. So in such a situation, you have to do correction. Bring it fast to continue. Now, because there's an inspection aspect of it where we inspect your manufacturing process and we finish with test, people tend to feel it's lengthy. But then if you're able to get your things right, in a space of within 2 months, you're supposed to get your license.
The member project manager for GNC, Prince Nunu, believes the training will help most SMEs to register their products.
Many of them do not understand the process that goes on with product registration. Why they need to, once you produce your share-based cosmetic, what is the next thing to do before it gets onto the market? Not just because you have a share product, so you begin to sell. That is wrong. You need to go through the regulatory process, understand why you should label your product and what goes into the labeling as it is required by law. Understand the standard process and then the export certification, and be able to prepare yourself before you get your product onto the international market or even the domestic market.
The initiative, supported by Unido Wacom, brought together some 50 share cosmetics and personal care-based actors.